Rita celebrates 11 years with COS on July 1st, and prior to joining COS, she worked for the Rutherford Institute, a nonprofit civil liberties organization. And she's graciously joined us today to share her perspectives and tips about writing for COS.
Thanks, Matt. I am so excited to get to be the first guest on the writer's desk. Now I'm going to quickly run through, I'm going to stop soon because I want to give you a chance to ask questions, but I'm going to quickly run through some pitfalls that I hope you will avoid if possible. The first one is try not to ever, and I at times have caught myself about to do this. So don't feel stupid or crazy or something, but don't talk about a convention amending the Constitution. The convention is only proposing. The convention isn't amending. And so I want us to be, sorry, I do have dogs. Dogs are part of every COS webinar I'm doing. So I'm going to keep going and hope they'll quiet down. Yeah, so we always want to avoid playing into the narrative that the Article 5 naysayers want to tell everyone, that the convention's going to go crazy and rewrite the Constitution. We're going to lose the Second Amendment. No, all the convention does is make proposals or suggestions. Second pitfall to avoid. When talking about 34 ready legislation, never say anything like this bill is going to ensure that the process is safe. Because what is that? What is that actually saying? It's saying that without the bill, we're not sure the process is safe. The process might be dangerous if you don't pass this bill. We don't want to do that. And that isn't actually correct. So say something like, this legislation would add even another layer of protection to the process. 34 ready bills codify protections that already exist at common law for the most part and add punishments or ramifications. And they also, of course, give the state the methodology for choosing and overseeing its commissioners. Okay, next one is a grammar one. Grammar? No. Well, okay, maybe grammar. You tell me. We want to rein in, REIN, the federal government. We don't REIGN, the federal government. That's what a queen or a king reigns, REIGN. What we want to do is rein, like we're reining a horse, REIN. That's what we want to do. So that's one that I see a lot. And I always have to think about it. I have to think about which one is the right one. That's the one you want, REIN. Okay, here's one, and I'm gonna tell you, I got this one wrong yesterday, and it was pointed out to me by our beloved Robert Kelly that I got this wrong in a Facebook post that I created. Remember, Convention of States, capitalized, is our organization. And our legal department, because of our branding and trademark, doesn't want us to use Convention of States, even lowercase, without the. So if you're talking about the process, you want to say lowercase Convention of the States or Convention for Proposing Amendments or Article 5 Convention. So try to avoid saying Convention of States without the unless you're capitalizing it and referring to our organization. Okay, just two more and then I'm stopping. At a convention, commissioners or delegates, we don't want to talk about them voting on amendment proposals. We want to talk about the delegations voting because the states each get one vote. So the delegates individually aren't giving an up or down to amendment proposals. They're caucusing together and they're voting as a state. So the delegations, the state delegations, will vote on amendment proposal ideas. And then one more. I try to avoid talking about state legislatures electing their commissioners. I've seen that a few times. The process that most of the state legislatures will use to choose their commissioners is not what we know as an election. It's more like an appointment or yeah, it's not an election. So when I talk about state legislatures choosing their commissioners, I like to use select or choose, but I don't say elect. And that's it.